Hari Bol to everyone. Hare Krishna Mataji, over to you. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. So, Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to your Bhagavad Gita session. And you already know the process, okay? Before we discuss about the further topics and if you have any doubts from the previous sessions, first we will do chanting, okay, like we always do, okay? So without any further ado, we'll start that. The rest also, you can switch on your videos, okay? Anaga, Lakshita, and Zoom 6, you can just rename, okay? Whatever your name is, you can rename and you can switch on the video, okay? So everyone, you can close your eyes, you can join your hands, and if you have the beats, use your beats. Let's begin, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Okay, you can open your eyes. So today, whoever's videos are on, I could see that you did it sincerely. Okay, Lakshita was doing it with the beats. That's very nice. And I see. So Anaga, there is Atharv today. He's your brother, right?
Ma'am,
Yes.
he went outside.
Okay, he'll be back in some time, or he will not join today's class.
Ma'am, he'll come.
He will come, right? Okay. And Navika, you can also switch on your video. Okay, and Shraddha also. Okay. So in the previous class, we had done revision, right? In the previous two sessions, we had revised all the topics that we have covered till now. So does anyone have any doubt regarding any of the topics that we have discussed till now? Or are we all good to go further? We're good to go, right? And all of you are appearing your tests and doing your homeworks also? Thumbs up? All right. So does anyone know what is the topic for today's session? Was it mentioned in the group? What's the topic for today's session? Okay, so if it wasn't mentioned, so today is yeah, Sai Charan. You want to say something? Was your hand raised? Or was it? Okay, okay. Okay, wait 1 minute. Yes, what were you saying? Sorry?
Ma'am, Kathak
I'm not being able to understand. Yes, Anaga?
Ma'am, Bhagavad Gita session.
Yes, yes. So Bhagavad Gita session. So the session is Bhagavad Gita and the topic, okay, it's my personal favorite topic, also one of my favorite topics. It's Moksha. Okay, we will be discussing about moksha today. So, have you heard this term before? Moksha? You've heard? So, who wants to share whatever little bit you know about moksha? You want to give it a try? You must have heard this word before, right? Yes, Anaga. Anaga, Shraddha. Okay. Yes, Anaga. What is moksha according to you?
Moksha is something after we die, God gives us moksha, and then it will get decided if we are going to Swarga or Narka.
Okay, all right. Good. And Shraddha, what is your take on moksha?
No, but liberation.
Liberation. Okay. Yes. So Shraddha told the exact English translation of moksha, which is liberation. And Anaga also, she to a certain point, okay, she was correct that it is something that happens after death. Okay. And either going to Swarg or Nark, you can say that, moksha is actually liberation. Okay. You get liberated from this world. Okay, Anaga. So you go to if you attain moksha, means you're going to God's place only. Okay. So we will understand today further what is moksha, okay? And I will share my screen. Let me know, okay? My screen is visible to all of you. Yes, Shraddha, do you want to say something? Yes.
Kajan Moksha in Katha session.
Katha session. Okay, okay. You've already discussed about this in Katha session?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very nice then. Okay, you will have, you already, that means all of you, it's not a completely new topic, right? Oh, 1 minute, I'll just share my screen.
Hari bol, Lakshita. Your tilak is so beautiful. And rest of the students, when will you put tilak on your forehead? Okay, did you buy? You didn't buy, is it? Okay, please put your tilak at least when you are in the session. Okay, you can put tilak. And how many of you are chanting? Hari bol, Anagha, Saicharan, Lakshita, and Arijit. Hari bol. We have to chant daily. Okay. Okay. Over to you, Mataji.
Yeah, so the topic for today's session is moksha, okay? And we will move ahead. So we will start this with a shlok, okay? Today, you don't have to memorize this shlok, you just have to remember the number, okay? It's a chapter. It's chapter 8, verse 15, okay? And this shlok, what does this shlok say? It say, Mam upetya punarjanma dukyalam ashasvatam na punyavanti mahatmanam samsadhim parmanam gatha. Okay? So this shlok, what is it trying to tell us here? It's telling the translation of the soul is of this verse is after attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection. So see, in this particular slide, you will see that the terms temporary world, okay, it's highlighted. And what is the temporary world that we are referring to here? It's this current world which we all are living in. It's known as the material world, okay? And we also call it the bhautik jagat. Okay, it's a temporary world and it is full of miseries because see, if you will see in your shlok here, it's called dukhyalam. It's coming from the word dukh, right? Dukh means miseries and shasvatam. These are the two characteristics of this of our bhautik jagat, which is our material world. Okay. So the translation is after attaining me. After attaining me here, who means? It means Krishna, okay? The great souls. Who are souls? We all discussed right here. We all are souls. So, but the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries. That means once you attain moksha, okay, you do not return to this temporary world because why? You have attained the highest perfection. Okay, so you get if you have attained moksha, if you have liberated yourself, you will go to the spiritual world where God stays, okay, and you will not return back to the material world. Yes, Arijit, you have something to share?
Teacher, do you mean Mother Earth is bad, or do you mean the Earth is bad? What do you mean?
So, Mother Earth is not bad, okay? It's a world. So, it's Bhautik Jagat, okay? And it's a world, it's a temporary world which is full of miseries. There's no good or bad term. It is, it's a particular planet, which has been designated because we have done some currents, because we have some desires. So, in itself, Mother Earth is not bad, okay? But it's just a world which is, this is not a final destination. Mother Earth is not a final destination.
Teacher,
Yes.
but is it possible you can turn into a god if you do a lot of bhajan in the not temporary world in
No.
God's place?
Taking God's place, that's not okay. We cannot become God, and actually, that should not also be a desire in someone, okay? Because God is God, okay? What desire we should have? We should have the desire to serve Him, okay? This is
So,
like you
so you
point.
can be his right hand man or something.
Yes, you should have the desire to serve Him and not become God. This is the very reason why, we will see in the further, uh, when we discuss further, I will bring this point up, okay, which you just mentioned. So, why, how, like, the desire of not becoming God, it's not right, okay? Yes, Anika, we will take yours last and then we'll move ahead. If you have anything like this which you want to share in between the session, you can just drop in the chat box, okay? If I take
And what is material earth?
Yes, I will come into that. I will explain you in detail now. I have just given a brief, okay? If you have any doubts in between the session, you can drop it in the chat box also, okay? Yeah. So now before we understand, okay, now we're moving further, you have to understand real problems. I've already shown you the slide, but I actually wanted to ask you all, what are the four miseries or the four problems that you think no one can ever escape in life? Okay, I have already shown you this, but you can also try again if you've not seen four problems which you think no person can ever avoid this. It is faced by everyone. Yes, you can say, Arijit.
Can I say how much I know out of all four?
Yes, you can say.
Death, birth, then and aging.
Yes, aging was also there, and one more was there. Anyone who has already seen the slide. So the fourth one was we had birth, death, aging, and we also had disease. Okay, so these are four problems in life which no one can ever escape. All right, everyone, be it rich, poor, you be a girl or a boy. These are the four problems which every soul, where every individual faces in. So what are the characteristics of real problems? First, it is common to all, okay, and no one can escape it, okay. So if anyone asks you what are the four problems in life which everyone faces, it's going to be birth. We will discuss how birth is a problem, death, disease, and aging, okay. So you all must be thinking, okay, death, disease, aging, still understandable, that this is a problem, but birth, like birth is such a beautiful thing. You come to this planet, so how can that be a problem, right? So what happens, during birth, we think it's very nice that we're getting a new life, but when you actually take birth, when you are in your mother's womb, you are not at a very comfortable state. First of all, you are how to say, you are in the rajma position, okay, and your head, it's down, it's like you are tilted, okay. Second, there are a lot of worms in the womb, like worms. You know what are worms? Small small insects. We all have it, okay. So when you are in your mother's womb, okay, there are small small insects which keep biting you, and not just for 1 day, 2 day, for 9 months. Imagine continuously you're being bitten by small small insects, and you're in that small place, you cannot move, okay, and you cannot even express yourself, and you cannot do anything about being bitten slowly. Next, while in there's a proper description, how they describe in Bhagavatam about each day, about first day, second day, how a child, how a baby grows in a womb and what it faces. So birth in itself also is very painful, okay. And what does the child who is inside the womb, what does he pray to God? He prays that please take me out, okay, of this womb, and when I will go out, I will serve you, okay, and I will walk on your path, whatever are your teachings, I will follow that path, okay. So the child wants to come out of the womb. Why? Because it is in pain, okay. Disease, we all know it is painful, right? Nobody wants to have a disease here. Is there anyone who prays, I hope I get a disease? No, right? We all know it's not a comfortable feeling. We don't feel what it comes from the very word disease. Ease means something which is easy. And when we put this, it becomes disease, something which is not easygoing. We feel bad, right? When we have a particular disease, this is also painful. All right. So disease, yeah, and this is an example of a picture. You can see, I feel so sad for her. Like she is so young and she's got so many these injections and pipes and everything going on. So it's not a good way of living, right? Like imagine she's so young and she is diseased there. So this is another problem. Yes, Arijit, I'll come to you. Okay, I'll just complete this. Next, we have aging. Now, aging itself, you can speak to your grandparents or anyone who is old in your knowns. They don't aging, even if you don't have any disease at that time, it's not a good feeling. Little things, you become dependent on people for even walking. Some people find it difficult to walk when they reach a very old age. And some people, they can't even take a glass of water when they're thirsty. So this again in itself, God says aging in itself is a disease only, because you cannot do little things. You cannot see things properly. And some people, if you really sit and talk with old people, they will share how they are feeling. Some say, it always feels like continuously there are pebbles on my shoes, because it feels so heavy to even walk. So right now all of us are very young, especially you all, you're still children, you play and all. You don't feel, running, walking, it's all basic activities for you. But for old age people, it becomes very difficult. And death. Now, death, we all know, this does not need an explanation how it's painful. We all know it is very, very painful. And it is told, it is set by through studies that it is equivalent to 40,000 scorpions biting you. That painful is death. It's like not just one scorpion is biting you, but it's equivalent to into 40,000 scorpions. That is the pain a person feels at the time of death. Okay. So were the four problems which we just discussed, which is painful and which cannot be escaped by everyone, which is experienced by every soul. Okay. Arijit and Anaka, if you have doubts which needs to be addressed right now, you can just drop that in the chat box. Okay. And else we'll take in the end of the session, or else we won't be able to complete, right? Okay. So now these were the four problems. Okay. Now moving on, we will discuss about we have miseries also. Okay. There is a difference between problems and miseries. Now, what are miseries? These are also like your problems only, but the difference between miseries and problems is that miseries are, they are subjective. This is not like same for all. Okay. This happens people to people depending upon their situations. Now, the first kind of misery that we have here, it's known as adhyatmic klesh. Klesh is the translation, the Sanskrit translation of misery. Okay. Now, these are the klesh or the miseries which arise due to our own body and mind. Okay. This is something which you experience yourself. Now, suppose like you can see a picture here. This person, he is having a cardiac arrest, right? So his own body is giving him pain, right? In this picture, you can see a person is in depression. He is in too much stress. Now, why is that happening? Because he himself is overthinking, right? So, who is the reason? Who is the cause of this adhyatmic klesh? The person themselves is the reason. Okay, their own body or their own mind. Okay, this is adhyatmic klesh. It is the first kind of misery. Okay, next is adhibhautik klesh. Now, what is this klesh? This arises due to other living entities. Okay, this is not by your own. This arises, like you can see, if you're bitten by a snake, someone else hits you, or even if you get bitten by a mosquito. It does pain for some, it does itch for some time. It's a kind of misery. Now, misery, it can, this again, it can happen at a small level, be it a small problem, small pain, or big problem. It ranges. Okay, and it's not like mandatory that it will happen with everyone. Okay, it's not like everyone will get bitten by a snake. It is subjective. Okay, then anything like you can get robbed by someone, or the terrorist attack might be there, and then someone might beat you, or someone's scolding you also. Even that's a kind of misery, right? You don't feel good if someone scolds you. So these are the examples of adhibhautik klesh. Okay, you're following what we're discussing right now? Right now we're discussing miseries. Okay, and the third kind of misery is adhi Adi Devik Klesh. This is which happens due to natural disasters. Okay, it does not happen through our own. It doesn't happen through any other living entity, but through what does it happen? It happens through natural disasters. This is an example of an earthquake. This of a tsunami. Okay, then this if something happens to the earth, a meteor attacks or anything. What is this? This is when there are storms in certain places. This is cyclone. Okay, so now this is again subjective, right? I have like places like Japan and all, they experience tsunami at a very constant, it keeps happening there, but I have like never experienced tsunami, or Arijit must have not, but Kirti, Anaga, they must have experienced earthquake. So this is again subjective. This is not something which happens to everyone. Okay, it's not like the problems which we discussed. So we will just revise what we did. Okay, yes, I will come to your doubts now. We divide what we have done till now. Okay, before we move forward, we discussed 4 kinds of problems which is not avoidable and 3 kinds of clash. Okay, so now till here, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, yes, Arijit.
Japan gets a lot of earthquakes, a lot of the volcanoes, a lot of tornadoes, because it's nearer to the Pacific Ring of Fire.
Yes, because it's nearer to the ocean body. So there, it's so natural disasters. That is your Adhidevik clash. This is subjective. It may happen to a certain area. It might not happen. So it happens.
Sure, but how is the tornado flying? I mean, like, if you look at it, it's like over the house, not, it should be on the ground. Why is it flying somehow?
No, tornadoes are like that. That's the cloud. Okay, tornadoes. If you see, this is a picture taken from this. We say that right from the drone. So that's why you can see it is always. It's the clouds. That's why it's above. Okay.
So, teacher,
Mhm.
if you go on the back one.
Okay. Yes. This one. Are you saying?
No, no, no. We never did that one.
Yes.
No, after that. This one's. Yeah, this. What is the second one?
1 second. This is cardiac arrest. You mean
The guy
this?
got pain.
This is cardiac arrest. Okay. This is he's getting heart attack.
And the youth.
The
youth thing.
This is about mental health. You must have heard right about mental health.
No.
People suffer from anxiety, from stress, panic attack.
So the last one is suicide, and what's that? What's under the heart?
This is depression. This is overthinking. Person is overthinking. Okay. All right. Now we'll move on to the next doubt. You can keep your further doubts for the end of the session. Okay, Arijit? Yes, Ananda.
Ma'am, can you show the first TG which you showed, the first slide, which that girl?
This.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What is she doing?
She is not well. She's suffering from a disease. I don't know the name of the disease, but we just know right now that she is not in a good condition and she's suffering from a disease.
What happened to her neck?
So the name of the disease is not known here. It's a picture from the internet. So she is suffering from a disease, an example of a disease, that how, diseases, it's like it can happen to any age group. So it's,
Ma'am, what happened to her neck this side?
so she must have, met with an accident or some disease. So that is the picture about, okay?
Is she in hospital?
Yes, she's in hospital currently. Okay. So see, now I will take the further doubts in the end of the session. Okay. Because we are running out of time and you have your Kartik Mass session also, right? So I will take the further doubts. If it's something which you will forget the doubt, then just mention in the chat box right now only. Okay. So that it doesn't get unanswered. So we discussed till here. Okay. Now you all were asking me questions. Now I will ask you all questions, okay? Tell me the 4 problems which no one can escape. Sai Charan will tell me. Yes, Sai Charan. Tell me the 4 problems that no one can escape.
Ma'am, no, ma'am. I was asking question.
Yes, I know you were asking question, but first, just tell me. I just want to take a quick revision before you go forward. You remember the 4 problems that we just discussed? Birth, death, disease, and old age. Okay, aging. These are the 4 problems which no one can escape. Now, who can tell me that what are the 3 miseries? If you remember the names, if you have noted down the names. Who can tell me? The rest can lower down your hand now who have doubts. You can tell me, Atharv? Yes.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
Adhyatmika,
Hmm. Okay, I'm opening the slides.
Adi Daivika,
Hmm.
Adhyatmika, Adi Bhutika.
Okay. First one is everyone on mute. You will tell out, you will speak it with your, say it out loud so that you remember. These are new words for you, right? The first is, it is adhyatmik. Okay, it's adhyatmik klesh, which is misery due to body and mind. Own. Okay, first is adhyatmik. Say it loud while you're on mute. Adhyatmik. Second is adhi bhautik. Say it loud.
Adi Bhutika.
Yeah, Adhi Bhautika Klesh, okay, due to other living entities. And the last one is Adhi Devik Klesh, which is due to natural disasters. Okay, I will ask all these things in the next session also, okay? Now, moving forward. Now, yes, these are the real problems, okay, of we just discussed. And now, out of all the living entities, right, it's only humans, okay, that has the we have this reasoning power, right? We have this power that we can ask ourselves that why am I suffering? Other living entities, they cannot, an animal or a bird, they cannot question this, right? Yes, Mata, do you want to say something?
Hare Krishna, Mate Sadar Pranam.
Sadhu,
I just want to ask a question to everyone.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Hare Krishna, everyone. How many of you have shared their video of oral test? How many of you? You can raise your hand if you have shared your video. You know now how to share the video. You have to recite a shloka, any one shloka, okay? It could be 1.1, 1.15, 1.16. What is the easiest? What you find that it is easiest for me? You can recite that shloka. Okay. Hari Bol Shraddha, Lakshita, Saichara, Akshobhya, and Atham. Akshobhya, did you share? Your brother has also shared, is it? Akshobhya and Athar both shared, or just Akshobhya shared? Okay. Anaga, did you share? You have not. Why? You have to learn a shloka, just one shloka. I know you just told me that you are having your exams. Is it? Wait a second. Yes, Anagha. Why didn't you share?
Learn.
Okay, you can learn. Okay, by this Saturday. Last date is Saturday. Okay, you can learn the shloka and you can recite the shloka. Okay, and while you are reciting, please make sure that you are making a video, and then you have to share that video. Okay, is it that much hard? Is it hard to just learn a shloka? Only one shloka you have to learn. Okay, this is so easy, and this is a kind of oral test. Okay,
Okay,
okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Over to you, Mata.
Okay. Yeah, so we will continue now. And I just saw Arijit's doubt here. You were asking about the baby also getting hurt by the worms, right? So yes, you've asked here, why are the babies getting hurt? So see, now the questions to, why a certain problem happens with us, the answer is always karma and desire. Okay, the very reason birth is a problem, birth, it's something which is painful, so it is designed that way. Okay, that birth is supposed to be painful so that you do not have this desire to come back, so that you want to free yourself from the cycle of birth and death. Okay, we will discuss this further now. My screen is visible, right, to all of you? Show me a thumbs up. Okay. So yes, what I was saying, that it's only the human beings which have this reasoning power, right? So that we can question that why are we suffering? Now, this world, like we saw in the verse when we just began the session, what are the characteristics of this current world that we are living in, of the material world? First, it is dukhyalam. Dukhyalam, what does it mean? That it has problems and it has miseries. Okay, and ashashvatam means it's temporary. Okay, so these are the two characteristics of the material world. You should know what is the characteristics of the bhautik jagat. It is a dukhyalam. Whenever you hear words like these, right, which you have not heard before, you can say it loud, okay, so that you will remember it. And the second characteristic is it's ashashvatam. What is the meaning of ashashvatam? It is temporary. Okay. So why did God? Now question arises here that why did God create such a messy place? Right? Why was such a place created wherein people have to suffer, where they have problems, where they have miseries? Now there's a story here. Okay, you will understand with the help of a story here. Now, take for example that there is a father, okay, a millionaire father. He has a lot of wealth, okay, a very well-to-do family, a lot of money, and he has a son, okay. So the son, what does he see? That his father, he is respected by everyone, okay. He is respected by his people who is working for him, by his neighborhood. People take, his father is at a very high position, okay. So decisions also he take, people respect him, they do things for him. So the child feels good that, okay, my father is very respectable. So after certain days, what happened, when he continues seeing this, he also has this desire to be respected. He says that I want to be independent now. Even me, I want to be like my father. I also want that people will respect me. They will come and ask me this, all that. He has the desire to be independent, to be separate from his father so that he can also experience the same thing that his father is experiencing, the love and respect that he is receiving from everyone around him. Okay, so what does he do? He leaves his father's house because in his own father's house he cannot do that, because there can be only one person, right, who is like respected and who is on the topmost position. So he knows that if he stays with his father, he cannot be at the topmost position, so he leaves his father's house. Why? Because he wants to become independent himself. Now at this point, what happens? In a way, the son, what is he doing? He is becoming, he is getting lost from his father, right? He's wants to run away. So now the father knows that the child, my son, he's having this desire, but it is not right. But he cannot, he tells him that this is not right, but the son is like, no, I want to be independent. So what does the father do? He makes certain arrangements for his son, that how will he go? He will run away from me, but I should make some arrangements for him, right? That he is my son, he is my responsibility. So he makes certain arrangements for him, that when he goes out of my house, he will stay in this particular place. Then the son, when he goes out into the real world, okay, he faces the problems. He sees how the real world actually works. It's not just the nice picture that he had created in his mind, that I will do this and I will do that and I will get love and respect. He also realizes that with that there are a lot of responsibilities, there are a lot of things that he has to do by himself, right from getting one meal food also. It is not that easy. While he was in his father's house, everything was so nice, he used to get everything on time, right? So what happens, the child realizes that his desire, that he wanted to be, he also wanted to be at his father's position, that desire was not right. Okay, he was he was being nourished properly, he was being taken care of, his family loved him, and he started having had this desire that I also want to be the most powerful or the most respectful one. So he started taking things for granted, right? So he realizes his mistake and he does things that to improve himself so that he can go back to his father's house. Okay, so we have to revive our eternal relationship with the Father God to become truly happy. So the child, again, what does he do? He realizes that it was his mistake to run away from his father's house. So now he what does he do? He develops or he revives that eternal relationship. So now if we put ourselves, okay, in the son's position and we keep God in the father's position, this is the same thing that happens with us also. Okay, initially, since we all are souls, right, all of us, where did we come from? We came from the spiritual world. Okay, but at a certain point, okay, we had this what we known as ego here, ahankar. This got developed, okay, and this had that desire that even I want to be at the same position. I also want to be like my father, that is my God. I also want people to worship me, to love me, to give me offerings. So because of that, God, he did not just, leave us or just did not abandon us, but what did he do instead? We were sent to this, to material world, to bhautik jagat, so that we will understand, we will be able to revive back our qualities, our strengths, and our eternal relationship and devotion for him. So that when we go back to him, we have this desire that no, I am happy here. Because see, if sometimes, what did we just see in the verse? That this is Dukhyalam. Okay, this is a place of misery. So, but our real place, which is the God, the spiritual world, there is no misery out there. Okay, because souls, what did we learn? What is the nature of soul? It is Satchit Anand. Remember, we discussed in soul class, in soul session, right? Thumbs up, everyone remembers the characteristic of soul. So Satchitanand means it's in continuous bliss. So if you're in the spiritual world, you will be in bliss continuously. There is no misery. And if you think that in this world also sometimes I experience good experiences, I have a lot of happiness, then imagine if in this world also you can feel that, then how much, what's the level of happiness in spiritual world? Because that is completely, it's blissful. So this is why we came here, okay? And now you also understood why we came here and why we have to go back, okay? So this is the reason, okay? And how this happens now, and it is not a very simple journey. For the example that we took of the son and of the father, it is a very simple, right? The son left the house, then he realized his mistake and he came back. But when it happens like this, that worlds are changed, okay? From spiritual world you come to material world. Now going back also, it's a complete procedure, a process is there. Your soul has to be revived, it has to be purified, okay? So what happens, we fall, there's this whole journey that we go through. Remember, we discussed this in Soul chapter, that there are around 84 lakh species. So as per your karma and your desire, you go through these species. Okay. And this is also very simple, some easy to understand also, like in this particular life only, like you take your current life only, okay? Like we can say, in this kind of, whose name will I say? Okay, Siddhika. Okay, now Siddhika, if she was very young, when she was a baby, she must have looked in a different way. When she was 1 year old, when she was in nursery or KG, she must have a different, if she will show us her picture, then we might not be able to recognize her. Now, when she will become, when she'll become young, when she will grow, she'll become an adult, she will look different, right? So in this current life also, we change, our body keeps changing, right? So even me, if you will see my childhood picture, you will not be able to recognize me. So in this current life also, if we keep changing, our outer appearance keep changing. So imagine the journey of the soul, that is, it's happening since so long. So even that keeps changing. Okay, sometimes the person might be a bird, sometimes an animal or a reptile, and then finally, they attain the human being stage, so that they can question, and then, you can do these things that we're doing. We can do chanting, we can do scripture reading, so that we can revive back our hidden qualities. Okay. So now there is another verse. Okay. Now this was written by Adi Shankaracharya. Okay. This is not from Bhagavad Gita. What did he say? He said, Punar api jananam, punar api maranam, punar api janani jatara sayanam, iha samsere bahu dushtare, kripya spare pahi murare. So what did he tell here to Lord Krishna? I am repeatedly tossed in the waves of birth and death. I am made to be born again and again and made to die again and again. In this way, I have been occupying the wombs of millions of mothers. Please kindly shower your merciful glance upon me and deliver me from this ocean of nescience. So, what did Adi Shankaracharya, what did he plead to God there? What did he request him? Oh, Murari. Murari is Lord Krishna. I am repeatedly being tossed in the waves of birth and death. So he referred to the cycle of birth and death as waves. Waves in the oceans, they go up and down, So he's referring to this cycle of birth and death as waves. And he's saying that I am being born again and again, okay, and occupying the wombs of millions of mothers. Millions of mothers meaning sometimes human beings, sometimes of a cat, or sometimes of a bird. So their mothers, and I want you to shower your merciful glance. Please free me. Please liberate me from this cycle of birth and death. Why? Because now I want to be liberated. I want to attain moksha. Okay, so this is how Adi Shankaracharya, he requested Lord Krishna. Okay. And what did he request? Where? So we are talking about the spiritual world. So the spiritual world has a name also, right? So the name of the spiritual world is known as Vaikunth. Okay, you can say it out loud. It's known as Vaikunth, and this is where Lord resides. And if you ever want to read about Vaikunth, you will realize it's a very beautiful place. Okay, it's only filled with happiness, and everything is very nice there. And it is said that our material world, it is just a reflection of the spiritual world. So imagine if a reflection is this beautiful. Even our world is not bad, right? It is also beautiful. We have waterfalls, we have mountains, we have so many things which is so beautiful. So you can imagine if a reflection can be this beautiful, how is the original? Right? The original will be so many times better, right? Okay. And the spiritual world, like we discussed, it is blissful. Okay, what are the characteristics? The characteristics of material world was dukhyalam. It's a place of problems, and ashashvatam, meaning it is temporary. And what are the characteristics of spiritual world? It is blissful. Okay, eternal means it has always been present and will always be present, and free from all impurity. Impurity meaning, yeah, free from all problems. There is no pain there, no unhappiness. It's only happiness and happiness there. Okay. Satchit Anand. Anand means that it's the state of bliss, state of happiness. So our eternal home where we originally belong. Okay. Each one of us here. Okay. Lakshita, Saicharan, Siddhika, Viha, Tharf, Kirti, Anaga, Shobhya. All of us, we all belong to the spiritual world and we have to go back there. Okay. That is what we should strive to do, that from where we have come, our original house, we have to go back. We are actually lost souls. We have been lost and we have to go back to our original homes. Okay. So material world is compared to a hospital. It's like a hospital. Why? Because in hospitals, what happens when you are suffering from something, you go, then you get treated. Okay, you get rid of your problems of your, if you have a disease, and then you come back fit and fine. So material world also, it's like a hospital. We have been sent here not as a punishment or something, okay, so that we can be treated, so that we can work on our qualities, we can become fit and fine again to live in the spiritual world. Right now we're not fit to be there. Why? Because of our own activities, we have done certain things which we have to improve, or we have to actually realize that and work on it so that we can go back fit and fine again. Okay. So this is our, now some examples of the spiritual world. These are some pictures here. You can see that this is Lord Krishna, that's Balram. Everyone is enjoying. Okay. Then we have to revive our eternal relationship with the Father. So again, okay, it's mentioned here, just like the lost son, what happened? He realized that that his desire to become as powerful as his father, that was the reason why, he left his father's house. He realized that I was actually happy in my father's house. I'm not happy in this real world. He realizes, he goes back. In the same way also, we all have to realize ours, okay? Now, these are also some other examples you can compare, okay? Like I told you, that our material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. So the spiritual world is, 100,000 times more beautiful than the material world. Then this is an example of a mango they have given. That if this is the mango of the spiritual world, then of the material world, the mango is like this. That difference is there. Okay, we have just taken the example of mango. And these are again some examples here that how people, in material world, they have attained moksha. Now, these are what you must have already discussed some of these in your katha sessions of Dhruv Maharaj. Okay. Then this she is also a lady. Okay, she was cursed that she'll become a stone. So she was also she attained moksha. Okay. Moksha is practical and approachable. Now, we all must be thinking that it's such a very high concept. It is the concept only for yogis and people, elder people. For we children, how will we attain moksha? But it is practical and it is very approachable, and it is not at all a difficult thing. And we will discuss in the upcoming classes, okay, that what is the way to attain moksha. These are very simple processes, but we think that it is very difficult, okay? These are also other examples. See, a bird who became the carrier of Lord. So a bird could attain moksha. Moksha in the battlefield. Lord Arjuna, okay, he got this very knowledge in the field of battlefield, okay. And a simple boatman also. You must have heard the story, this story also. I think it's of Kevat, if I'm not wrong. So this story was also there, where he attained moksha. Okay. So this is it, like for a moksha session here. Now we will take your doubts. Okay. So before I'll take your doubts, it's very clear today's session, right? It's a very beautiful, it's a very, actually a very deep concept, moksha, to cover it up in 1 hour, but little bit you have got now, the understanding what is moksha, it is liberation. You understood the problems, okay? What are the 4 problems? What are the 3 miseries? Why we came here and why we have to go back, right? Now you can ask your doubts, okay? That time, a number of hands were up, right? Who had doubts. Now, all of those who have doubts, you can raise up your hand. Yes, Lakshita.
I don't have any doubt.
You have a doubt, Lakshita? Do you have a doubt, Lakshita? Okay, no worries. Okay. Atharv? Yes.
Ma'am, when we are in the mother's womb, do we feel the insects bite us?
Yes, you do feel. When you're in the mother's womb, you do feel the insects biting you, and you feel that pain at that time. And you want to, that's why birth is also regarded as a problem. It is, sometimes we question that how can birth be a dukh or a problem, but it is, because it is painful. Okay. Even for the child and for the mother also, we all know, right? Even the process of giving birth is very, very painful, right? Okay. Now next, who has a doubt? Anaga.
Ma'am,
Yes. Hmm.
mother womb, will mosquitoes bite us?
No, in the mother's womb, mosquitoes don't enter, but there's other kinds of wombs, right now also, all of us, we do have worms in our stomach. Okay.
Yeah,
And if
but
you,
no mosquitoes bite us. But when we are in our mother's womb, will something bite us?
yes, there are worms. There are some, worms. We know that they're small, small insects in the mother's womb when she's pregnant. So that time, those worms, those insects, they do bite the baby. Okay. And those
Wow.
are only there at that time.
Ma'am, how are there small insects in our mother's womb?
It's there in, in the body of human body. There are right now also, it's not just about mother's womb. It is in the human body, there are worms. Okay. There are some insects which are made to live in the human body also. It's not just, so those worms, they do bite. Okay. We'll move on to the next question and then we will end the session also, okay, in some time, because you have your next session also at 7 p.m. And the remaining doubts now, I'll just take Kirti's doubt and then we will go with the remaining doubts in. You can message it in WhatsApp.
Ma'am,
Yes, Kirti.
you said the 4 types, no, ma'am, the disease, death, and age. So and birth. So these all the humans will have this, no?
Yes, like every soul has to go through this, this problem. They have to feel this pain, birth, death, disease, and old age.
What only invented these all, like the 4 types?
Who invented?
Yeah.
So it's if you have to call about invention, then you can say in a way that God, in a way he did that, but not to punish us, to teach us something. So okay, so that we understand that the material world is not our final destination. We are here just as a journey. We have to correct ourselves. So now see, if the material world is all nice, will you want to leave it? No, right? Will you want to go back to your original home? So it has to be made a little painful so that you want to go back to your own house. Okay. Which is spiritual world. Okay. So, okay, Ashobhya, let's just take your doubt also. And if there are any pending doubts, then we will take it in the WhatsApp. Okay. You can WhatsApp that. Yes. Say quickly.
We also have a pool.
Repeat that.
The boy also has a pool.
You have to repeat your question, Ashobhya. If the boy
Also has a pool.
So you can just drop your message, okay, in the WhatsApp, or in the next session, you can ask me when we will start our session, okay? I'm not understanding. And yeah, that was it for the Moksha session today. Now all of you can prepare for yourselves for the coming session, which is on Kartik Mas. And how is those sessions going on? It's going on well? You liking it? You've understood the significance of this month, okay, of Deep Dan. Very nice, okay. So we will end the session for you now for today, okay. We'll meet again on Friday with a new topic. We will discuss now. We discussed about moksha. We will discuss how to attain it, okay. Hare Krishna, everyone.